I've had some strange days as a substitute teacher. Today I want to share two of my weirdest experiences with you. Welcome back to Capo TV and the series that's all about substitute teaching. As you can tell by the title and the intro to this video, substitute teaching can get a little weird sometimes. I'm going to share with you two stories right now. The first one about the time when everyone thought that my sister was my wife, and the second one about the time when I ran into the Students are shocked when I tell them that I got married at 25 years old. To me, that doesn't seem like that young to get married, but whatever. Anyway, when I started subbing, I took a long-term job as a teacher's aide. This meant that I would come in about a half hour after the first class had already started. That's a detail of the story that I could have left out, but I'm putting it in here for the super sleuths who want to try to poke holes in my story. So I had gained a good reputation among the students I had in classes that semester, and they were pretty friendly to me in the hallways between classes and during my assigned hall duties. One day I came into school and I was heading to the office to sign in when a student ran up to me and said, "Cap, I just met your wife." Wait, what? I was confused and I asked him how he managed to do that when I knew for a fact that she was at home when I left. He told me that my wife was subbing in an anatomy class upstairs, and it took me a minute, but I realized what was happening. He was talking about my sister. I mean, we shared the same last name, and I have told him that I was married, so I can kind of see where he got confused. But you know what his first question was when I told him that it was my sister? He asked, "So, you're married to your sister?" After convincing him that I was not married to my sister, I went on to the first class of my day. Wouldn't you know, the first thing I hear upon entering the room is, "Mr. Cap, I didn't know you were married." My instant response was, "Oh, that's my sister." Can you guess what came next? What? You're married to your sister? I don't know why the minds of high school students are so fixated on incest. It's kind of weird. I had to fully explain again that I was married, but the person here today was my sister because my sister and I thought that we both wanted to become full-time teachers at the same time. We both renewed our sub certificates, we both took some classes and got our certificates in our teaching areas, and we were looking for full-time jobs. This was the first time that she had ever subbed in the high school though, so it was kind of a shock to the students that knew the last name. Throughout the rest of the day, I had to explain all of this again multiple times. And I bet there are still people out there that think I'm married to my sister. Alright, now the second weird story also involves my sister. Like I mentioned in the last story, I had gained a good reputation among the students in the classes that I had, and when I went back to regular substituting, I gained even more fans. You might say it was kind of like a fan club. Well, like with any fan club, there were the core members, and those core members had friends, and those friends are the same people that I would see in the hallways on a daily basis, even though I never knew exactly who they were. Anyway, there was one person in particular, let's say that he had a quite distinctive head of hair, and I would see him a few times a week, and we would do a little head nod, you know, in the hallway, and just be generally cordial to each other. But I never knew his name. This went on for a few months. One day, I finally had this kid in a class of mine, and I was going down the roster taking attendance when I got to his name. Let's call him Saul Doontz. Well, Doontz was a familiar last name to me because my sister dated a guy for 5 or so years by the last name of Doontz. I asked this kid if he had a brother. He said that he did. I asked him if his brother's name was Pat. Let's call him Pat. He said that it was. He saw my name on the board and said it aloud, and that's when we both realized something. His first statement was along the lines of, "Oh my God, is Robin your sister?" I asked him a couple more questions to make sure that I had the right person, and he said, "Hold on, wait a minute. I've got my brother's old license right here." So he opened up his wallet, showed me the driver's license, and it was the same guy, Pat Doontz. This Pat guy had dated my sister for years through middle school and high school. He cheated on my sister with my sister's best friend. And here in front of me was the little brother of Pat Doontz, the same little brother who had been to my house on several occasions years before. I never thought I would see him again, and I never thought I would meet him like this. Saul informed me that Pat was now engaged to my sister's ex-best friend and that they were getting married within the next year. We spent a good chunk of the rest of the class explaining to everyone what had just happened. It was unbelievable to them, and most agreed that Saul's older brother Pat was a huge douchebag. And there you go. Life is strange, substitute teaching can be weird. One day you're married to your sister, and the next day everyone feels bad that Saul Dunce's older brother cheated on your sister 8 years ago. Let me know in the comments down below. Have any of you ever been married to your sister? Make sure you come back to Capo TV on Friday, where I'm going to explain why I hate the no cell phones in school rule as a substitute teacher. As always, if you're not already subscribed and you like what you see here, make sure you hit that subscribe button before you go. Otherwise, thanks for watching. See you later. Bye.